As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her clients' rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Y'all two grown people need to get your own house.
Right.
You had 7 years that told him that. When we fight, who's gonna win?
You are.
I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Objective, independent justice.
I'm ready to rule. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Robert Dalton is suing Emily Andrews in the amount of $3,000. Mr. Dalton claims he went by his ex's place on Halloween dressed as a clown and says Ms. Andrews punched him in the face and refused to pay his medical bill.
All right, Mr. Dalton, you are suing Ms. Andrews for $3,000 for personal injury.
That's correct.
Based on a battery.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's your relationship to the defendant?
I am her ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend. How long were we boyfriend and girlfriend?
For 4 years, Your Honor.
For
and
4
we lived
years?
together for 3.
You lived together for 3 years. And whose house was it? Your house, his house?
It was my apartment.
Oh, okay. So what went wrong?
I was looking for a serious life partner, and I didn't feel that he was ready to settle down. Or
Seriously,
be,
like to get married, have children?
Exactly.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
You're 30, and how old are you?
30 as well.
Okay, so you lived together 4 years, and what was going on during those 4 years that she didn't think you were serious?
I like to play pranks and make people laugh.
Right.
I guess she didn't think
So
I
were
was a
you
very serious
playing
person.
pranks on her all the time?
Not all the time, but
Like
sometimes.
what were you doing?
Like shaving cream on her hand while she slept and tickling her nose so she
Right.
touched it.
Right,
Just,
little things like that?
yeah, silly stuff, just to
But
make
must
her
have been
laugh.
doing it all the time, though. Was he doing it all the time?
It was pretty frequent, but there were wonderful things about him. He was
Right.
a sweet man, loving
Right.
man. There were things that I did care about.
But
and
you
that's why
didn't
I
think
stayed
he
in
was
the relationship.
serious enough, though.
Yeah.
So he must have been doing something that made you think he wasn't serious.
As Robert and Emily delve deeper into their issues, it becomes clear one of them was waiting for a grown-up partner, and the other was stuck in a state of arrested development. She pushed him to right, but he didn't take her seriously. She wasn't asking for perfection, but for growth. Does Emily's desire for a mature, stable life make her the bad guy in this story? Or was she just looking for someone who could meet her needs?
He was very inconsistent in his work life.
What do you mean? He wasn't keeping a job?
No.
What do you do for a living?
Well, ma'am, I came to Los Angeles to be a writer, but you
Well,
know,
a lot
it's
of
very
people
hard
did.
out.
But what are you doing for a living?
Well, I was a waiter for a while, but I got fired from that job, and I was kind of bouncing around unemployed for a while. She was taking care of
was
the
carrying the
financial
bills.
responsibilities. Yes.
Okay, so you haven't been able to keep a job? Was that the thing? He wasn't keeping a job?
Yeah, it was that. He liked to go out partying and at night, and
Right.
I'm more settled down and wanting to be like a serious adult.
Right.
And I didn't feel that
He wasn't growing up fast
He wasn't
enough.
growing up fast enough for me.
Right, right. Well, you know, it takes men a while sometimes.
I know, but
To
I wasn't.
grow
I
up.
can't keep waiting.
Yeah, keep waiting, right. You got a time clock ticking, right?
Exactly.
So did she ask you to go?
Yeah, I was pretty caught off guard by the breakup. I thought things were going well.
She had never told you that this isn't working for me?
I think it had been slowly building up for her, and
Right.
it just kind of came out in one big argument at the end.
Right.
And I was constantly encouraging him to make changes, to write more.
Right.
He
He wasn't writing anything?
wasn't writing. He
What
got
does
really
he
into-
write? When he's writing, what is he writing about?
He's writing horror films.
Well,
and-
people like that. It's
Yeah.
all over Netflix. You can't watch a
Exactly.
decent movie
Who doesn't
in
love
October.
Halloween?
Exactly. There are a lot of horror movies out there, and I was constantly encouraging
Trying to
him.
get
but
him
he
to
would kind
do
of veer
that.
off in these directions. He got really into gardening. And so then I was like, maybe he should be a landscaper. I was really
Oh, wow,
trying. I got him all
wow.
these
What a
tools. I was
cheerleader for
really-
him.
I was really trying, and
Yeah,
and nothing
rah,
really
rah,
seemed to
rah.
click. Exactly.
She was, but she didn't understand the fact that when she was out of the house at her job, I was doing those things.
Doing what things?
Writing and getting my name out
Well,
to
didn't
people.
you show her? He show you the stuff he was writing?
Right. I would come home. I work as a lab tech.
Okay.
And I would come home from a long day, and
Right.
I would say, "Can I see what you've written?
Right.
I'm curious." Even though I actually really struggle with that genre.
Right.
I have some fears.
You mean horror films?
Horror
Horror
films.
and horror.
Exactly.
books.
actually have a debilitating phobia of clowns.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people are afraid of clowns.
A lot of people are.
It's like the peanut allergy. When I was a kid, nobody had a peanut allergy, and everybody loved clowns. Now you can't eat peanut butter sandwiches, and you can't have a clown around
they're
anymore.
scary, and I can't watch horror films. I can't
never
go to
could watch them
McDonald's.
either.
I can't do a lot of things that normal people can do. I can't even celebrate Halloween
Don't say
at all.
normal. I think it's strange people that look at all these horror movies. Because
Okay,
there's a
thank
lot
you.
of funny things that go on in horror movies. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But it's a big genre, and there's a lot of people that like that. Well, you knew he was into that, right?
I did.
Well, how could you, having the phobias and fears you have, end up with a man that loves horror?
Well,
And
a
clowns.
relationship isn't just about interests. You have to have the same
I put that
morals
part
and
of
values
myself to the side.
Right.
The reason I didn't share my horror scripts with her is because I knew that it freaked her out.
Right.
I didn't want to be that kind of person.
But
to her.
she was thinking you weren't writing at all.
Yeah, I guess so.
And now, after their breakup, they're back in each other's lives, only for Robert to walk into Emily's house dressed as a clown. That's right, a clown. It's Halloween, but is this just a prank or a massive misunderstanding? As the tension builds, the door swings open, and what follows is a punch that sends Robert spiraling. But was Emily's fear of an intruder valid, or was this just overreaction? Her actions may have been fueled by fear, but was the punch justified?
So in the relationship, you asked him to go.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And where'd you go?
After getting my apartment, I got a job at a local nonprofit, and
what are you doing there?
It's working in healthcare. I'm a communication serviceman,
Okay.
so I try and help young people without healthcare.
Look how he got himself together once you put him out.
Exactly.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
What stuff did you get that time when you came back?
I was picking up mostly my writing materials, some
Well, you
plates
left
and
your
dishes.
writing materials there. You must have expected to come back there. How you leave your writing materials? That's like leaving your jewelry.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Robert Dalton, who is suing Emily Andrews for personal injury.
He just said almost immediately he got this good job. You didn't try to work it out, say, well, maybe we could try to work this out now that you seem to have gotten a little maturity under your belt?
Exactly.
Did you say that to him? Let's try?
I was going to, so I invited him over to collect the rest of his belongings.
Right.
But I thought in that moment we could have a nice heart-to-heart, and I could tell him that I'm like proud of him,
Right.
and that maybe
You thought
we
you
could
might
work things
rekindle
out. I thought we
something?
might rekindle something.
Okay.
But he,
So you use the excuse, come over and get your stuff? See, you're supposed to put all that stuff out, just so that nobody got a reason to come back. Just throw it all out, but you kept a few little things.
no, he was really upset when I broke up with him.
Okay.
And he was just not in the right frame of mind to be moving and
Oh, I
handling
see.
logistics.
That's how some things
and
got left
He struggles
behind.
with logistics sometimes.
It was hard
and-
for me to take everything and leave
Right.
after
Well, did
her.
you love her?
Things take a turn when Robert admits he wasn't expecting to be taken seriously. He claims he was just in a rush to get his things. But was there more to this encounter than just picking up his stuff? Emily had left her door open, and it was in that moment of vulnerability that Robert's clown disguise turned into an all-out fright fest. Let's see if this interaction was just bad timing, or if Robert's actions played a part in triggering this chaotic chain of events.
Absolutely.
And did you love him too?
Yes.
Well, it seemed like you might still love each other. Am I feeling that? Or was that the air conditioning?
I don't know. I don't know how I can love a man who brought me to court for something
Well,
like
yeah,
this.
well, we are going to get to that. Okay, so you go over to get your stuff. What happens when you go get your stuff?
Well, it had been some time since our breakup, a couple months, and I really took a look at myself after what she said about me being serious, and I got that job. I started taking some classes at a community college, but
I'd asked you to be serious for like months and months and months leading up to that, years, and like you didn't do that.
I'm
and
just
then-
wondering, too, how all of a sudden you got serious.
I don't know.
What do you think it
wanna
is?
know.
I don't know, maybe the shock of it.
Right,
I maybe got a little bit complacent in our relationship.
right.
a
And you
little
know what, though,
comfortable.
too? You might have been enabling him. you know, this paying the bills and all of that. Sometimes you enable a person because, you know, you've created a soft landing. And sometimes people don't need a soft landing. They need a nice, hard landing, and maybe that hard landing is what made him wake up.
Yeah.
So she said, come over here and get your stuff.
Right. So
And you went over there, and what happened?
Well, that was the first time I had heard from her in some time, and you know, up until that point, I had felt like I was, you know, starting to move on. But once I got that text, it was sort of a reopened wound.
Right.
And I thought I could handle it going over there, but
What happened when you got over there?
as soon as she opened the door, all the seriousness, all the work
emotions?
I've been telling to, just kind of faded away, and I shut down a little bit.
And you became what?
A shell of myself. I'm usually a pretty bubbly person, but I could barely look at her. I was just, all I could see was her face when she told me it was over.
Right.
He was extremely rude. He was extremely abrupt.
Like what?
I
What
don't
did
think
he
I was
say?
rude.
What did he say or do? What did he say or do, miss?
He just said very little. He just walked in the door, didn't even say hello. I said, how are you? I tried to tell him that I was proud of him. He didn't listen. He just walked and got his stuff and left. And he didn't even get all of his stuff.
Right.
And I didn't even have time to really tell him, hey, there's stuff in the backyard that you need to get.
Right. What stuff did you get that time when you came back?
I was picking up mostly my writing materials, some
Well, you
plates
left
and
your
dishes.
writing materials there. You must have expected to come back there. How you leave your writing materials? That's like leaving your jewelry.
I had kind of hoped that I would come back.
Well, there you were, with it right there in front of you, with the door wide open, and then you just like.
I thought it would happen sooner. At
Well,
that
it was
point,
only 2 months in a 4-year relationship. 2 months isn't that much time to pass.
I thought at that point that she had moved on, and
You thought she had somebody else.
Emily claims Robert left her on read for 7 hours before showing up in his clown costume, further escalating the drama. Was he punishing her with his silence, or was he just too busy to care? And when Emily tried to extend a hand, Robert shut down completely. This emotional wall made the situation even more difficult, and the courtroom is left to decide whether Robert's behavior contributed to his own suffering.
I did.
But was she acting like she had somebody else?
Well,
All that smiling and I'm proud of you and everything. Does that sound like I got somebody else? Oh, look how good you look. Oh, look at your hair and all of that. Did he tell you how good you looked?
No.
He didn't say that?
No, but I said I liked his new haircut and his mustache and, you know.
There she was flirting and you didn't even know.
I didn't know. I didn't think any of that when I came in.
What were you thinking?
I thought she was patronizing me, to be honest.
Right. So you
I
had
had
been
seen her-
deflated by the whole thing. It looks like you had deflated him.
Yes, ma'am. I had seen her on Instagram, you know, going
Doing
out
what?
with her friends and around some men that I hadn't seen before. And
Oh, was there a new man involved?
No.
Nobody?
No.
Nobody
I've
but
really
him.
been all on my own, like running my errands and working and
Are you still
it.
not with anybody else?
no, Your Honor.
She's still not with anybody.
I didn't know that, Your Honor.
Are you with anybody?
No, ma'am.
Well, he's still not with anybody. So that first time you came back, it didn't work out, you left.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I understand you invited him back again.
This time I really wanted him to get his stuff.
Oh. Come get your stuff for real. How
Right.
much more time has passed?
This was a few weeks later.
A few weeks later. Why were you now determined, get your stuff and get out?
I really needed to move on. I was thinking about him a lot. And I was still taking care of the plants he had grown for us, and I was just.
So he did do
yeah.
something. Look at that. They were plants and they grew.
Yeah.
Wow.
They did.
Okay, so you said, come get your junk. Get the rest of it.
Yes.
Coming up,
Earlier that day, around noon, she had texted me to come get my stuff or that she was going to throw it out.
Okay.
And it had to be that day,
Okay.
on Halloween.
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Robert Dalton, who is suing Emily Andrews for personal injury.
So you go back to get your stuff, what happens?
Halloween rolled around, and
It's on Halloween now.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm doing an event with my nonprofit for the kids in the area, and I decided to dress up as a clown for this party.
Your Honor,
No.
I have a photo of him dressed as a clown. This is not a party for kids.
Let me see. This was the outfit he wore that day of,
Yes.
It was
Halloween.
it was a scary haunted house sort of event.
These are young people in their 20s. This is
Right.
not a pediatric event.
This looks like a clown. So there was a Halloween party. You agree?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So he had been to a Halloween party, and what happened?
So earlier that day, around noon, she had texted me to come get my stuff or that she was going to throw it out.
Okay.
And it had to be that day.
Okay.
On Halloween.
Right.
And, I was busy all day. I was working and setting up for this party, and I had forgot about it. And while I was at the party, a friend of mine who was going through a divorce mentioned
Right.
something about having to pick up some things. And I remembered that I needed to go and pick up my stuff before the end of the day, or she would throw
So
it out.
you went over to her house in the clown outfit.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, he left me on red for 7 hours.
He left you what?
He left me on red, like he had read my message, but he hadn't responded
What
to
is
me.
the expression you use? He left me what?
On red?
That means that somebody has sent you a text and you haven't responded.
Yes.
We've
Your
read
Honor.
it but not responded.
Oh, I see. Okay. Aren't you supposed to take that off your phone so people don't know when you've read their messages?
When we were dating, I had asked him to.
Right. Well, you
reinstall that.
But I'm saying, you take it off your phone, so he doesn't know, and he takes it off as his phone, so you don't know. But anyway, I digress.
Coming up,
I was going to go out through the front entrance to get to my car.
Right.
And when I went to reach for the door, it swung open, and there she
Are
was.
you in her house?
I was inside the house, yes, ma'am.
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Robert Dalton, who is suing Emily Andrews for personal injury.
So we go over there. What happened?
I was in a rush, and I had to leave in the middle of the party.
Right.
Because I didn't want my stuff to get thrown out onto the street. And so
Okay.
I decided to head straight to her place, and I didn't go back to mine to change because
Okay.
I wanted to get this done quick.
Okay.
And then went into the garage to grab my tools, and I was going to go out through the front entrance to get to my car.
Right.
And when I went to reach for the door, it swung open, and there she
Are
was.
you in her house?
I was inside the house, yes, ma'am.
And what happened?
I had my Costco groceries in my arms.
Right.
I opened the door, and there's
A clown.
a clown
Right.
with a shovel and a pickaxe.
Oh my.
And
yeah.
it's dark out, and I was
Right.
really, 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 really afraid. And I didn't realize it was him because he had makeup on. And he had.
And
the
what did
whole-
you do?
Judge Karen comes to the conclusion that while the relationship clearly has emotional consequences, the physical actions on Halloween were driven by fear. Is this a case of self-defense, or simply a misunderstanding taken too far? With legal nuances, the case boils down to one question. Should the punch be seen as a necessary defense, or was it an overreaction?
I hit him
You hit him where?
in the mouth.
She punched me in the face.
Okay, she punched you in the face. $3,000 worth of a punch?
Yes, ma'am.
You have pictures?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see it.
She punched my tooth right out of my head.
Right.
I was spinning and disoriented and
Right.
bleeding
But it
everywhere.
was completely out of fear. It had nothing to do with him or
Right.
my feelings towards him or anything. It was. I thought there was a thief
But
in
you
my
punched
house.
Well,
me
let me
in the
ask this
face.
question to you,
Attack me.
Mr. Dalton. She wasn't expecting you to be inside her house.
Well, she
She
had
sure
demanded me
wasn't
to come
expecting
over.
you to be inside her house dressed as a clown. I just think that what happened, a normal person under the same circumstances probably would have reacted that way, or maybe worse. And I don't think that it was unreasonable for her to believe that her life was in danger.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
It's unfortunate that this relationship has deteriorated, but you know what? Sometimes people are not meant to be together. People, what did they used to say? A reason, a season, or a lifetime. Sounds like it was a bit of a reason and a little bit of a season, because he seems to be thriving outside of the relationship. And that's probably because you were disabling him and enabling him by giving him too much. Have you learned anything?
I think I've learned that I can't keep supporting someone if I'm hoping to get support from them.
Right. And saving them, you know? And I can tell you're in a lot of pain. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right.
But there's somebody better for you out there.
hope
Somebody who's not
so.
clowning around. It'll happen. You have faith that it'll happen. I am predicting in the next few months, if you just open up, forget about the past, open up, be yourself, somebody good is going to enter the door, because the door's open, and keep the door locked at home.
I will now.
And there it is. Judge Karen rules in favor of the defendant, Emily Andrews, dismissing the $3,000 claim. The emotional wreckage of this relationship can't be quantified in dollars, and Judge Karen makes it clear. Sometimes it's better to move on despite the pain. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.